Alright, Pretender here, back with another Honkai Star Rail video. And today I'm here with a kind of different video. I just kind of going to be talking about why I'm super hyped for Jade. There's been a lot of talk about why she doesn't really seem that good. Most people are going to be skipping, which I'm going to briefly talk about in this video. Which TLDR now is like, I get it, I can see why. But I want to talk about why I'm hyped and why I'm probably going to go deep for Jade. But yeah, before I get to the video, drop a like, drop a sub, hit the bell icon for more videos like this. The channel is on the verge of deletion as it does have 2 active copyright strikes. You can check the videos on the channel going over those. And I do have a backup channel you can subscribe to where any update will be posted if this one day is gone. And yeah, let's get on to the video. So first off, let's sort of talk about why I'm super hyped and like what I think she's going to be doing that's really good. And also sort of addressing why I think it's fair that people are skipping. So obviously with us having Firefly now, a lot of people are not going to have Jade, so they're not going to use their Jades on Jade, which is a fair assessment. Another reason is people don't really think she's too good, as she is, at E0, at least pretty restrictive. You kind of need AoE characters to build up her charges in order to do her follow-up attack. And without her E1, so just E0, S0, or E0, S1, it is sort of rough because you don't accumulate as much charges with single target characters. The only exception being Topaz, because she does have Numby, which does count as an extra hit, so it's a bit easier with her. But any other true single target character, it is a bit rough. It's less rough with AoE characters because AoEs can quickly get those charges for her to do the follow-up attack. But outside of that, she isn't really a character that's going to be used much outside of pure fiction, unless you really like her or you're going to be like me who really likes her kit. And so the reason I'm super excited for her kit is just kind of how that she increases speed by a lot, being able to give the ally with the deck collector additional quantum damage, so you can sort of choose who you want to give it to so you can have those characters do the most. So in the case with a follow-up team, you'd have Jade pop it on Topaz, so she can continuously proc the additional quantum damage. She benefits in the speed, gets a lot of turns because Topaz is naturally really fast, so it's going to be really good on Topaz. On AoE characters, you're practically going to be able to get the follow-up attack every single turn nearly. Or I guess I shouldn't say every single turn, but you'll be able to get it often enough because it's really easy to generate the stacks with an AoE character or a blast character. And she also has pawn acid stacks, making her do even more damage. Giving her attack percent and crit damage is very, very nice. And also with her ultimate being able to enhance a follow-up attack, and in her enhanced follow-up attack, the well-built, I guess, Jade, pretty average Jade, can easily do to 200 to 300k damage with the enhanced ult, which is really, really good, especially if you're constantly getting these stacks for her to do them. That's a consistent 200 to 300k damage. So popping a deck collector, playing around with your team, popping around different characters at different times, testing out who it might work really good with, the speed bonus being really nice, and again, additional quantum damage. And then on top of all of that, her follow-up attack doing a lot of damage itself is going to be an extremely fun kit in my eyes. And I definitely do think she's going to have uses outside of pure fiction. Definitely not right now, at least, though, because it is kind of break-centered meta. So the sources of AoE is mainly someone like Firefly. And obviously Jade is not going to be that great with Firefly. So overall, the people will see less value in that. You also won't really be using her with Acheron either because it's also not the greatest idea. So even less value there. And then I will say at E0 her options are fairly restricted. You always do and have a blast or AoE character. But that all changes with E1 because when you get her E1, her follow-up attack damage increases by 32%. And she can get even more charges from characters using a single attack or AoE. And with the single target character, she gets more charges than she would if it was an AoE character. Off the E1 alone, I'm not saying overall. Because with the E1, if you do hit and a single enemy, you get 2 additional points of charge. So a single target character can quickly ramp her up as well. An AoE character will also benefit because if she does hit an AoE with the E1, or whoever has deck collector, it gives an additional 1 charge. So single target gets an additional 2 and AoE gets an additional 1, making it just easier to ramp up and also opening her options to practically anyone outside of specific break characters. And the E1 makes her really good and makes her even more usable outside of pure fiction. Again, follow-up attack going to be hitting extremely good, or extremely good damage, I should say. And so that's why I also personally will be going for it. If you guys are also going to be going for E1, if you are something for Jade overall, let me know. And in the future, if you aren't going for E1, let me know what your opinions are on at E0. Because I will be testing at both, but I'm only be testing E0 for a bit and then going straight to E1 because there practically is no point in testing too much E0 besides a few teams, seeing how she functions outside of that. Because I do kind of have her set ready for her. I have all her stuff pre-farmed. So I'm extremely excited for her. This kit overall, again, from the pawn asset stacking to the follow-up, the ultimate enhancing her animation's looking nice, her also being an IPC, or also 10 star run to be specifically. Everything about her is just extremely hyped to me. Again, I'm a big fan of the IPC, I'm a big fan of the 10 Stonehearts. Every single 10 Stoneheart character will be getting got. So as we now have Topaz, Aventurine, and now Jade, all gonna have all of them. Probably all with dupes too. If you guys saw the story spoiler, Diamond looks pretty crazy in the back. That might be an E6, no cap. But anyway, back to Jade. As you see, from all her kits, I'm extremely excited to see and just use the utility her kit provides. Excited to just see the damage she's gonna have. And I'm also really glad of the way that she works. That her main damage source isn't actually from her own turn, and it comes from other people's turns. Because the faster other characters can build her up, the more damage she's gonna do, the better her value is. And especially with the trace she does have, that does give her a 50% action forward. And then combine that with the idea that it's other characters that need to build up her stacks, she doesn't really need speed boots at all. And so attack boots is going to be good on her, and for most cases, attack percent boots is obviously usually a big jump in damage for characters that at least scale off it. But most characters want a breakpoint speed, so it sort of becomes mandatory to run the speed boots. And then any cases where you wouldn't run speed boots and you have attack percent, it's a big jump. Characters like Topaz, if you have enough speed from sub rolls, having attack percent boots jumps her damage. Same with Acheron, and just all that kind of stuff. So having attack percent boots is going to make her damage very high. And a big reason I'm also very hyped, besides everything I mentioned about her kit being super fun to me, is the fact that she's going to be insanely good with Blade. Blade has sort of just been not as good as it used to be. Obviously that kind of happens with time. Blade was never super crazy or super bad. He's always just been like around the mid ground where he's always like fine, he'll get the job done, but he doesn't do anything crazy. He's still kind of in that position. But Jade helps him a lot because she's not buffing his attack or anything, she's giving him speed so he can get more turns, making it to where he can attack more and gain charges for himself. And as a deck collector also consumes HP, Blade can get 2 stacks just from attacking. Because when you are in the enhanced form, Blade attacks, drains his own HP, that's 1 stack, and the deck collector drain counts as another stack that's separate. So every attack he gets 2 charges, letting him use his swap attack more, obviously that meaning more damage output, him also being blast, being able to hit multiple targets, builds up Jade, Jade gets swap attacks, and now you can run this Jade Blade team, which is going to be extremely potent. Obviously it's not going to be as good as the top DPSs because what can be? That and the meta isn't really focused around just pure damage like that, it's usually some stuff like swap attack, which she is, so she can work on those teams. Break effect, all that kind of stuff right now, so we're gonna have to kind of wait for that. But she is in this really awkward time where we are about to leave Penacony, or I guess we've left Penacony. Firefly just happened, we had a bunch of brutal banners, and now she's sort of on the weaker side because since we got to Penacony, we had Black Swan, who's broken, Sparkle, who's broken, into Acheron, who's one of the best DPS in the game. We have Aventurine, who's the best sustainer in the game. Then we had Robin, who is a crazy good follow-up support and just good general support for everyone. Boothill bringing the break meta kind of just up, having the highest single target damage output in the game. Into Firefly being the other best DPS in the game with the break stuff and all that stuff. While Jade isn't really the best at anything, but she isn't the worst at anything. Damage output is still really solid, but stacking her up is not going to be to everyone's appeal. And that at E0 she's kind of limited. So again, it's sort of just this awkward position for her. And so a lot of people are going to be skipping and not really a big fan of her kit, which I can understand. But me personally, for everything I mentioned, the team options is going to have, the fact I'm having E1, so ignoring the single target stuff, making that work well, putting her on the team, running team IBC, it's just going to be super fun for me, so I'm extremely hyped for Jade. Probably one of the most hyped characters. Honestly, I'm not going to lie to you guys, she's probably my second most hyped Penacony character. I'm not even gonna lie. Because obviously number 1 is Aventurine. Number 2 is kind of tied between her and Boothill because I was super hyped for Boothill, if you guys remember. But I was also super hyped for Jade. So they're sort of tied between. And yeah, I'm like, I can't wait. I just can't wait to run the teams with her. Can't wait to run her on the IPC team. Can't wait to run her with Blade. Other AoE characters like Clara. It's just going to be a fun time. Testing to see how good she is in Memory of Chaos and all that kind of stuff. It's just going to be great. But yeah, again, let me know if you guys are going to be summoning for Jade. That's practically all I wanted to say in this video. I just wanted to sort of, I guess you could just say fanboy over her kit. Because again, it looks like such a fun kit. I think the kit's overhated a bit. People say she's kind of useless, which I can get. Like, she isn't anything you need. She's nowhere near a must-have or even like a you should summon. She isn't really a need compared to most characters or a want for most people. And so skipping is fair. But for someone like me, I'm super excited because I love follow-up attack teams. I love the IPC, love the 10 strong arts. Love the way her kit works, love the character she is going to be good with. It's just going to be super fun. But again, let me know if you guys will be summoning, you going for a like on dupes, all that stuff. And yep, that's it. Peace out.